Welcome to Starseed Gathering Podcast. This podcast is hosted by Annabelle Ivaya, intuitive mentor and healer. This platform welcomes all of the light workers, healers, and coaches from all around the globe to share their story, their awakening, their path, and their mission here on earth today. You will meet a beautiful soul today that wants to share their light with you. Allow the story that you will hear and all of the information to land within you like a breeze of love. I welcome you into this sacred space. Enjoy this podcast. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Starseed Gathering Podcast. I'm super excited to have you all with us today. If you've ever have come to my platform here, we share about starseeds and light workers, healer coaches around the globe because I felt in my mission it was important to give a space, a safe space for all of you light workers to be seen and for all of the beautiful planet to see you for what you do. Barbara is a holistic yoga coach, and she's going to share about her story, about the services that she offers, and a bit more about her. So welcome, beautiful. It's exciting to have you with us today.
Thank you so much for this beautiful, beautiful opportunity being here with you.
You're so welcome. Let us know where you are located on the planet. And if you want to start with, when did spirituality actually kind of bloomed in your life?
Okay, I'm traveling a little bit, but I'm mostly on the Canary Islands in Gran Canaria, and now I'm going to Morocco, and I'm originally from Germany, but so you can't find me so much anymore in Germany, let's say.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting that some of us are called to be traveling more than others. We don't know each other so much yet, but I am French Canadian from the French part of Canada, and I've been traveling to the other side of Canada. Our country is quite big, right? And the other side of Canada, and then in the States, and then in Mexico for a living, not just for traveling. So I understand that part. So tell us more about you, beautiful. Tell us more about you.
Yeah, when I still used to live in Germany, I was the last, last 20 years, a female entrepreneur. And I started with my own fashion boutiques and my own brand. And I was really passionate about this because everything I do like really 100%. So I always immerse myself, but this just in the end just led to a kind of burnout. I just didn't know what happened, but I felt really I couldn't do my job anymore. Even I would have liked to do it, but I got like really burnt out, like with a heavy migraine. And there was a moment, so I needed to take action because I was not really able to be part of daily life. And this brought me kind of this like I need to find a way to change my life. So, and I found a beautiful doctor, and she asked me this question: where do you want to be when you're 50 years old? And I was 44, and that was for me the biggest trigger. I almost got upset because I thought, how can she dare to ask me this? But I knew, my soul knew, it was like really time to take that change. But in this moment, I didn't know. I just started with eating regularly, like really the small parts, because I was so immersed in my job, like 24 almost, that I just didn't know where to start. So I was like laying 2 months on my sofa, and I knew I was like taking time out, but I just didn't know where to start. And I thought, yeah, and now? And I felt really empty. And there was like, now I know what happened, but in this time I still didn't know. And then I started to travel with my dad. I took the first time 2 months going on a holiday. That was that was something like the biggest gift for me. And there I started to recharge and also to become a little bit more clearer. Then the universe brought me a beautiful friend and she started to teach me yoga. But it just happened. I even didn't know what will do when she came to my house. And it was just yoga. And I fell in love because I did it 10 years ago and it didn't click. I was still too much, in this, all this chaos of working. And then yoga kind of saved my life, really. I started to practice and then I fell in love. I knew I really want to go deeper because I felt something inside of my soul that there is more than only practicing. And I knew there is something I would like to explore and to feel more. And during traveling with my dad, we went like one travel and the next one, but we went mostly to Gran Canaria. So it was thanks to him that I discovered this beautiful island, because I always wanted to live near the ocean. Always, 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 when I was a child. But I forgot about my dreams because, of this other path for this last 20 years. And then this reminded me of my dreams. And then I started when we traveled more and I stayed longer and I started to delegate. And then I also felt that I need something new in my life to really connect to my soul and feeling of coming home again, because I totally lost myself and I was so disconnected. And then little by little, I could recover. And I started my yoga teacher trainings here in Gran Canaria. And so that was just the beginning of this beautiful journey of exploring my purpose, my new life, and also feeling coming back to home to myself.
Wow. Oh, I love what you're sharing because I think most of us, and I think that's the human experience, right? We are so programmed to start somewhere and do those things, and we learn to be defined by how our life is successful through the lens of this matrix of this 3D reality of like the job and the 9 to 5 and whatever, and the husband, the kids, the house, whatever it is. And then at some point, I think we all have this breaking moment, and it always is different. And that's why I love to speak with people directly, because it's always different the way that you experience your own point where it's like, okay, yeah, no, I'm not feeling good where I'm at right now. And I don't want to continue that way. I need to choose something different for myself. And what I feel from your message, and I'm full of chills as I say that, is when we actually understand that there's something more for us and we allow ourselves to not judge our past because it was part of our story, it was part of the path itself, but like the universe is like, okay, she's open now to see what's next, so let's me send her the special person, the special program. Like there's always kind of this magnetism to us, because I think when we are finding our true divine path, there's nothing to stop us then. It's like everything is like the universe is conspiring for us to find our way and to connect to the right things. And I love how you're, reconnecting you to your dreams. It's just such an important part of this process, right? We forget who we are. We forget why we're here. And I keep saying that to my clients and people that I support. It's like, you're not here only to suffer. It's not a life to only to suffer. And I've suffered a lot, and I think most people have. But at some point, like, what can you change you so that your exterior changes, right? You change within so that your exterior changes as well. So yeah, anything else about your story, what created this very important urge to look within? What do you feel that was for you, this event or this feeling or whatever you went through that really urged you to look within?
Yeah, I think when I just suffered from my second burnout, and I had this heavy migraine, and I couldn't. I mean, I was just 5 days a week. I mean, it was a slowly progress, but it went deeper and deeper. And then when I was like 5 days a week laying on my sofa and just I wanted to bang my head against the wall because even, the pills didn't work anymore. And also from the first burnout, I couldn't walk anymore because suddenly my lumbar spine just blocked and there was no doctor who could help me. And I traveled far away. And I think I started also this journey because no one could help me. So I needed to find different ways that led me to Reiki, to kinesiology, to family constellations. So there started my way of exploring on my own. And even with the migraine, it was kind of similar because when you're taking pills and it's not helping anymore, then and I had many different things. I came always to the same point that I figured out. I'm not saying that a doctor can't help you, but in my case, it was in different occasion, I came to the same closed door that I need to find a new door to open. And I think even it was the hard way, but this also brought me to where I am today because I went on this path of self-discovery and finding different ways to heal myself. So, and I think also my conclusion is even people who had to suffer a lot and then take this path, I think we are kind of, yeah, maybe that's also our purpose so that we can help other people. Because when you never suffered or if you never took that path, I think it's more difficult to feel what other people need.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. It's interesting because when you see what it's like for you, I think for me it was also my physical body. I mean, at some point I was in a work that was not in alignment with me, and then there was so many things. It was for me it was a post-traumatic stress disorder and all of the things that kind of broke in pieces at that time because of that. But there was also like my body telling me to slow down, my body to stop working and be busy all the time, and like this overworking Annabelle needed to kind of take a step back because it was too present. And it's interesting that your path has brought you to this. It's a physical, I mean, it's the, all of the energy bodies, of course, are touched by yoga, but it's by movements of your body and how, you and I think that's where when we see what's in place in the society and it's not working for us anymore. And it's not because, it could work for somebody else, but for us personally, it doesn't work anymore. Like it doesn't give me what I need. I don't want to put a band-aid on my problem. I want to go to the root of it so that I release it, so that I feel better. And I so align with what you say. If I had not gone through all of the trauma I have gone through, I don't think I would be able to be such a empathetic, compassionate
Mm.
healer, and be able to connect with all of you that I'm doing those podcast episodes with, because there's always like a little part of some of me that like remembers how it feels when you feel alone, when you feel like there's no exit, like you feel so disconnected and separated. But it's actually to break the ego or whatever masking identities we created to fit in, to finally go through the dark night of the soul or whatever people call it, to connect to, okay, who am I? What do I actually want for my life? And what is important to me? And
Yeah.
then things move forward, right?
Hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I think when I took all this yoga classes and but then I also knew there was a time it was um, it's almost 2 years ago now. I started also my meditation teacher training, and I was never a meditator, right? but then I had another, I don't know, but I think when I'm talking now about this, there's always like as you said, a physical issue that leads me to the next path, or leads to the next step, because I also needed to stop practicing yoga because suddenly I got vertigo. So the only thing I could do was meditating. And then I started to meditate, and it was really like for me like so new. But it was also kind of thanks to the pandemic, because then I discovered Deepak Chopra and Sadhguru and Deva and Mitten, and they were like offering like every day during 3 months or even longer a meditation. So I went on I said I was in Gran Canaria, but I felt like being in India and going on my sabbatical journey and on my meditation journey. So I was meditating every day, and then I felt something like a deeper layer just opened. And then I decided also last year was like, should I attend a breathwork training or meditation teacher training? And then I just found this amazing, kind master, David G. And I love him so much. And he just opened this door. And then I attended this meditation teacher training that went really, really deep down. But it was also for me the best thing I could do in this moment. And and meditation became since then like a big part, and also in my yoga classes. So yeah, that was, I think,
Now you
next.
can combine the two, right? Definitely.
Yes, yeah. And now
How
I started a conscious coaching training also. That's the next step, because I saw that you're also a conscious coach, right?
Yeah, well, I do so many things if you would know.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But I love to help spiritual seekers to find themselves, find their own gifts, find that. So I'm kind of a teacher in that way of like teaching people to connect to their intuition and receive messages and connect in more. And then I also help people that are ready to develop their own spiritual or conscious entrepreneurship era. So when they're ready, well, I support them with that. And now I'm learning astrology. It's interesting. It's like we always have something new. I know for me, like that's how I feel my work is so expanded and so interesting. And I'm not in a box at all ever. And if I want to learn something else, I'm just gonna add that new tool into my toolbox, and that's gonna, help my clients, help myself. I feel it's just there's a never ending
Story.
wisdom,
Yeah.
source of wisdom that we can tap into, right? And I think everything happens exactly when we need it. It is just following our intuition, which is probably the most challenging at first, but then we know what it does when we do it, and we want more of
Yeah.
it.
Totally agree.
Definitely. And so now, what are the services that you offer? If people want to connect with you, like what can they get from working with you, beautiful? How does it work? Do you work in person and online? Like, just explain to us what's your business.
Yeah, I work definitely in person when people are near me. So I have here my little yoga group, but yeah, now I'm also immersing myself more and more also in being a coach. So because I know yoga is a big part in meditation, but I also figured out that many people who come to my yoga classes, they have a lot of more issues, and sometimes it's important to speak about this and also to go a little bit deeper. So I mean, who wants to practice yoga? I'm open for 101 or in-person yoga classes, but normally I always feel people who come, they also, yeah, they want to talk, and I also want to talk, because before starting any yoga class, I always have a communication with my clients before that. I know what they need. So I go also a lot with the energy, so I'm really intuitive. But when it's online at the moment, I see myself more in one-on-one coaching. And but also there, it depends what you need. If you want to have an hour with me talking, then we can talk, or also we can combine like a conversation with a somatic yoga class, really tuning into your body and feel into it what you need and what there is to explore. And also the breath is for me really, really important. So the base of everything is that we know how to breathe. And many people don't know because nobody teach it. So there's a lot of work to do, tuning in to the breath. Yeah.
Definitely. And it's beautiful because you can, you know, it has come up in my sessions more and more now in the last couple of years of like feel into your body. Where is the block? What is that part of yourself wants to share? Like what is happening in there? Because we're so used to be here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not in the body. And I think that's also why people come to those yoga classes thinking they just need to stretch. And then sometimes they burst in tears. Sometimes they kind of, oh my God, like what is all of those emotions? But they're stuck in your body because, you have never connected to them. So it's interesting how sometimes you can get a client that thinks they need just the surface thing, and then the doors open for
Yeah.
something else. It's how beautiful that you can actually offer whatever they need if they're feeling good with you, because of course there was something that brought them into your world as far as connecting with you, and now after you can use all of the other gifts that you've developed in the years to support them with whatever is coming through. So I think it's really beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, me too. And I think also there are certain people who will find you, because I always feel the people who are coming to me, they have different issues, but they're just, I think, the energy is just matching. So I have never someone who wants to have only the physical practice or is coming to my class because he or she wants to learn, like, let's say, crazy yoga poses. So I really connect very much also to people who have like really issues underlying. And so I think that for me it's also because I experienced so many things, and so there are those people who also come to me, to my classes or to a coaching session, who really connect to me. And I also can remember when people or my clients tell me after, you didn't give me what I thought I would like to have, or something like this, but you gave me what I needed. And that's always like, it makes me kind of smile, because I can imagine you go somewhere, even me, I need this, and then just turned around completely different and think, oh, I thought I need this, but it was actually something completely different that I really needed.
Exactly, because we're so used to mentalize everything,
Yeah.
right? Using the mind. So,
Yeah.
okay, I have this thing, so probably I need ancestral healing, or I need to talk about whatever. And then by feeling into the body, into the energies, the subtle bodies, then you're like, no, finally, let's knock at this door and release those things, and you'll see how it feels. And then people are like, yeah, I didn't think that was going to go this way. But actually, I think that's what's the most beautiful, because when
Mm.
we do intuitive work, you cannot plan a session ahead of time. I know you probably do the same, right? It's like we're going to see on the day of how it's going to go, because even if I make a plan, even for my sessions, I have something right now that I'm doing a group thing, and I had a plan, but sometimes the energies take you, and it's like, nope, you thought you were gonna do this first, but they're gonna do that first. And it's like just being flexible with the energies and knowing that it's always we're asking as healers, as coaches, is being the best channel for the people, so that they release what they have to release, so they reconnect to who they are in the best way possible for them. So being flexible is so important in our work, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I started to teach without preparation from the beginning. And then I learned in the teacher training, let's say, no, it's better to prepare. And then I said, it's better to prepare. And then I started. And then people who came, they just, oh, today I can't move my hand. I said, okay, the preparation out, because I even didn't want to prepare. And I got always my students, they made me, now you're on the right track. And then I took another training again with cueing and preparation. I said, okay, I'm going to try this again. And then the same happened. And now, I mean, when you start, you don't have maybe this confidence, and maybe you take on things from people who are like for many years more there. But now, after the years, even not 1 year, I figured out. For me, it's the best when I really can tune in and then feel what other people or my clients in this moment need, because then I can serve at my best, as you said. A preparation, how can I prepare if I even don't know what someone, or even me? I mean, I can feel today or in this moment really happy, and in 1 hour something is happening, and then I need something completely different. I mean,
Right. Exactly. I love that. And I think for me, that was also why I did a couple of Reiki courses when I started. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I like the energy healing part. I like to learn about the chakras. I like this and that. I like the affirmation parts. But I was like, I'm not going to be able to do that way that you're like the teachers were teaching me, because I knew I was going to go with what I also have I received lots of information with my guide. So if they tell me, go to her heart first, well, I'm going to go to the heart first, and there's not so much of like a to do, like the how to with my sessions, because as you said, we might think something very linear is best, but for me, I rather go with the energies, the messages I'm receiving, what the person is feeling in the moment. So then it feels more personalized. So it's beautiful that you can allow that to happen. And I'm sure that your students, whatever, if they're coaches from your coaching or from your yoga classes, they are really feeling into, well, this is a personalized class that we're receiving, and I'm sure that they love
yeah,
it.
it's beautiful. Yeah. I mean, it's beautiful when you just can bring the people from the mind back to their heart or to their essence. And you've also, when you perceive that's so new to them, and they just can like dive into this, and you see the face loosen up, and the face is completely changed from beginning to the end. And that's like a big gift.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. A question that's popping up: what do you do for self-care, beautiful? Like, what do you do to that bring and absorb all of the energy that are being releasing while you're doing your classes, your sessions? What is it that works the best for you?
I mean, for me, I have my appointments with myself. So the morning for me starts really tuning in how I feel before getting up, like really feeling into my body when I wake up, if I hold tension somewhere. And then, yeah, just becoming aware and try to lose, if I feel tension, to lose the tension. And then my morning meditation, before getting up, maybe I have a glass of water, but I start with my morning meditation every morning. And then I try really I have my, in the morning, my glass of water, scrub my tongue. So I have some self-care rituals, and I try to do a yoga practice in the morning. And if I don't have a lot of time or don't feel so much, but at least my 10, 15 minutes. And then in the afternoon, I have my second meditation. And that's the most important part, the second meditation. As David G always says, that's the healing meditation. That's the letting go meditation. Whenever I don't do it before 6, I can feel it, because then I had my, let's say, first 8 hours of the day, and there's always something that can, like even small things, you're accumulating in your body and in your mind. And the second meditation is like really, oof, that's soothing everything. So that's the most important things for me, and also being grateful during the day. So yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Would you like to share anything with our viewers? Would you like to share a meditation or any practice or exercise right now? Would you like to lead anything? Do you
Yeah, I
feel
mean,
like?
we can do a little, can tune a little bit into our body.
All right. Okay. So everybody, listen to our beautiful Barbara and get
like not prepared,
going.
but it's the best thing to do right now. Okay, then maybe bring your feet on the ground, or if you want to lay down, you can also lay down. The most important thing, just I invite you to close your eyes to make yourself really comfortable, because the most important thing is that we move towards comfort, that we can really also tune in. So if you want to adjust a little bit, take your time. And maybe you would like to take a deep, long breath in through your nose. And just let it go really gently. And if you feel like you would like to bring your hands on your heart space, then bring your hands on your heart space. Connect to your breath. Feel your breath. Just breathe in a natural way. And maybe you would like to tune into your heart. Just feel the beating of your heart. This power that makes you live each single day. The breath that gives you a life force. The quality of your life. And maybe your heart wants to tell you something in this moment, but just let it flow. Just listen if there might be something. Smile at your heart and breathe into your heart. Nice deep breath, maybe full of joy or gratitude, just what feels in tune with yourself. Inhale into your heart space. And maybe you want to sigh out now through your mouth. Let go a little bit more of that grip. Everything you hold on, maybe tension or maybe worries, just let it go. Trust the process. And take another nice deep inhale into your heart space. Feel your heart, feel the gratitude, feel your life flowing through your heart. And another nice sigh out through your mouth, maybe letting go a little bit more. And stay for a while, still another nice deep breath into your heart space. And again, sigh it out and let it go, full of gratitude. And maybe take a moment being grateful for a person you have into your life or situation. Take a moment here and feel that gratitude. And take another nice deep inhale. And exhale and let go. Yeah, whenever you feel prepared, comfortable, slowly, slowly you can open your eyes. Look at so meditate with you, maybe also in your room, just coming back slowly, slowly. Thank you.
Beautiful. I think it's a good reminder because sometimes I know when I started and I was like you, I started in my 20s to do yoga and I was like, yeah, that's not for me. I tried it. I was like, even just the meditation at the end, I was like, I don't like that. I was just too much in my head. Right? But reminding ourselves that it doesn't have to be a 15-20 hour long meditation to go back to your heart and your body. And it has such a beautiful impact on your nervous system, on you calming yourself down, on you rooting yourself onto this planet. So really allowing yourself to do this little 5 minute meditation, I don't know how long it was, but is so important. And it's easier to put that into your day maybe than doing an hour. And sometimes your ego will tell you you don't have time for that, but everybody can take a 5 minute meditation.
Yeah, actually one of my pillars, because I did a 21-day challenge where I met live on Facebook every day and introducing a 5-minute technique.
There you go. Yeah, because I think it's so easy to get caught up in the details, right? Yeah, well, I need to like sit on this mat and I need to be at that place and I need this music, and it feels so complicated that your mind is going to tell you don't have time and push it forward, push it forward. But if you're actually just stopping what you're doing, of course, not having all of your, social media on and everything, just turning everything off for 5 minutes and then going back to your day, right? It's okay. I love it. I love
It's
it.
okay, yeah.
Thank you so much. What would be your last words that you would love for people to get from our conversation today, beautiful?
Yeah, just being brave whenever you find this moment that you would like to tune in with yourself, really taking also yourself serious, and that you're worth it to take this moment, even if it's 1 minute, to go in that space and whatever it is, breathing, meditating, or just bringing your hands on your heart space and to see if your soul really wants to tell you something, because I think there you might find this true voice who will help you to find the answers. So yeah, I think that's to really, as I said, to make it really simple, to take this moment for yourself. I think that's the biggest gift you can make yourself, to say, okay, it's 1 minute, but I need this minute now. And wherever I go, to the toilet, to my car, or into the corner, and I will be there with me. Yeah.
There you go. Love it. So this tuning into our own inner guidance system, it's there. It just wants a little bit of space and quietness to be able to speak to us. That's our responsibility to stop and connect in.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what other people might say or laugh about you. Just do it, because it's your life. So no one is like in your shoes, and people maybe even will be getting curious, what is she or he doing there? And oh, she comes back differently. Maybe I also would like to try this crazy stuff.
Well, that's how we are the ripple, right? It's not about, I think it's very important what you're saying right now, because sometimes we feel we have to convince people, but it's so not about that. Actually, as you said, like if they feel that your energy is different after you're meditating, after you're doing in class, after you're doing whatever you're doing for you, and they're like, ooh, that looks like she's getting something from that. Maybe I could get something from that too. And that's how we make the ripple around the globe, just by being ourselves, connecting in, and be the change.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I'm planning now also masterclass next week. I want to go live on YouTube, just 1 hour with different techniques that also you could take out of it what you would like, and bring it together or just separately. And yeah, and people can just ask me and get into conversation with me. So I'm here to help and guide. Yeah.
Love it, love it. Yeah, because it's like all of those platforms and you being present, right? And it's like sometimes you're not sure you want a session, you're not sure what you want, you're not sure how this person can help you, but just send a message, right? Just you
Yeah.
feel it calling inside of you, just send a
Yeah,
message and see and have a conversation.
exactly.
And yeah, we'll put all of your beautiful contacts below. It is such a pleasure to connect with you, beautiful soul. Thank you so much for allowing me to present you, for your light to be shared around the globe. And I wish you a wonderful, successful business in 2025 and beyond.
Thank you. And the same for you. It was really wow. I really loved it. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Have a beautiful one. And everyone, if you're wanting to join as a guest, there's going to be a link below. You can always join me and have a conversation if you're a healer, a coach, a light worker, a starseed. And otherwise, leave your comments below. Tell us how this conversation helped you. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye, beautiful souls.